And
We're live? We're
we are
live.
live. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Empowered Women's Playbook interview series. I'm Joyce Edwards. This is my co-host, Becky Duvall. And tonight we have a very exciting guest. For one, you're our first interviewee.
Yay!
And this is Renee Fouche.
Hi, guys. Oh, and this is Caleb trying to jump
And there's her son. See, we're real here. We're just whoever pops in the video is welcome.
That's it. That's it. So we are so excited that Renee has joined us for our very first interview for Empowered Women Playbook. And Renee and I work together on the AIG Automated Income Group Leadership Council, and we have a blast. We have fun. And so she is an awesome lady, and she homeschools her 2 children, which is really cool, and she's building a business while having a life, which is what Empower Network is all about, right, Renee?
Absolutely. Having a great life. That's what makes
So what we want to do tonight is Renee filled out this little questionnaire that we have going on here, and so we're going to just kind of go through some of this, Renee, and please feel free to just ad-lib and, just do whatever. Be yourself. So, first of all, we just kind of want to...
Hi.
We can see you. This is Caleb. Caleb, everybody. Uh-oh, she kind of froze.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
I've been frozen for a while, too. Okay, so.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, so we're back?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Forgot about the Google Hangout thing.
I just have to say, Renee has issues with technology, or technology has issues with Renee. We're not really sure which one it is, but...
I'm fighting the forces of evil. That's what's happening with Renee.
But she's prevailing, which is cool.
Correct.
So, Renee, look, we want to start this off. We want to know, what did you do before you joined Empower Network? Just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, before I joined Empower Network, I actually was in the real estate industry. So I sold real estate, I did mortgages, I had all of that kind of stuff covered, basically anything that had to do with buying, selling, leasing, anything with your property. I did that. And so, of course, when we had the world famous industry bust there, my income took a hit. And so I went out trying to find other types of sales jobs. However, all of those jobs required me to call 100 people a day, go knock on 100 doors a day, do something with 100 people every single day. And I have 2 kids. I would much rather be spending my time with them instead of harassing people, 100 people a day. And so I was trying to figure out, how the heck can I do that on the internet? Like, how can I get 100 people a day? I know there's 100 people online. How can I reach them every single day? And I started digging, and, at the end of the road, here we are in Empower Network.
That's awesome. Awesome. So that kind of segues into, how has your business changed since you joined Empower Network? What has Empower Network done to enhance or to take away from what you were doing previously?
Well, it has enhanced it tremendously because of the fact that now I can reach people anywhere instead of just the people in my immediate area, especially since the gas prices have gone through the roof. And we're now knocking on $4. I think I just saw it for like $4.05 here. So like, we're knocking on $4 a gallon for gas. And so not having to drive all over the place, canvassing areas and harassing people, it makes it much more effective when I can just do it right from home, like right at home in my pajamas. I love it.
The pajama funnel.
Yes.
Renee does the pajama funnel well.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Renee, where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from New York, and my
Okay.
family's from Trinidad, but now I live in Florida because I don't like the cold.
Oh.
So I'm
I
here in
see.
Florida now.
You're there in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. So, Renee, what has been your biggest challenge in building a business, And how have you overcome that, or how are you overcoming that?
I think my biggest challenge. Okay, Becky, you're frozen a minute, so
Oh,
I'm gonna stop talking because I don't know if I'm still frozen.
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, great. My biggest challenge in building a business was always getting more customers, getting more clients. So that was the biggest thing to me. How do I get more if I still have the same 24 hours in a day? And so the way that I was able to overcome that was simply by, making sure that I got the knowledge, getting the education, getting the information to teach me how I could do that on a broader scale. So that's why, we're here in Empowers, because of the fact that they provide all of that information and everything that I needed to do to be able to reach more people.
Mm-hmm.
So you know that, Becky, we pretty much are always working on something new on how we can be bigger. If we can reach 50 people today, how can we reach 100 people tomorrow? How can we reach 200 people the following day and still have that same 24 hours? So
yeah,
that, and partnering with a good team, of course, that has been
absolutely helpful. Yeah.
So Renee, let me kind of dovetail in here and ask you a question about that. How were you introduced to Empowered Network? I mean, were you doing a search? I mean, have you been in other network marketing things? I mean, did a friend ask you?
Well,
how'd that
funny
happen?
enough, with Empower Network, I have done a little bit of network marketing in the past. It always sounded really good, the little napkin drawing or on the board. I
The
always
circles.
I always knew that there was something else that was for me. I knew that I wasn't meant to work for someone. So like I've always been looking for the way of how to get that done. And so I've done a little bit of network marketing. I've done a little bit of internet marketing, kind of just poking around that in the past. But as far as Empower, it actually just came across to me at a time when I needed it. Like I was trying to figure out, I was doing some advertising sales, and I was trying to figure out how could I get more leads, get more people to know what I was doing so that they could buy more stuff from me. That's really what I wanted to figure out. And scrolling along on Facebook one day, I came across a post by this beautiful girl. Her name is Natalie. Funny enough, her name is Goucher, so it was similar to my name because my name is Fouche. And so she said in her little post that, if you wanted to know how to get more business using the internet. And I was like, well, yeah. And she said, just click this video. And I looked, and she had a little video that said she found something that was helping her get more business on the internet. Click this video. And I was like, okay. And I clicked the video. And suddenly there was this curly hair guy, and I was like, okay, what the heck is he talking about? But I still kept watching it anyway. And you can't talk to Yoshi while I'm talking to Miss Becky and Miss Joyce. I know. And so I watched the video, and at the end it was like, okay, this is going to help me get more customers for my business, get more people to buy stuff, and it's $25. I guess I'll try it. It seemed like a no-brainer. Like, this makes sense. It's only $25. I guess I'll try. And so here we are, many, many dollars later, and I'm like, that was the best $25 I ever spent.
No joke, huh? No joke.
That's cool. Very cool.
That is very cool. So I have another question for you that I think a lot of moms, and I'm a grandmother. I have a 2-year-old in my household right now, and it's like, oh my word, what was I thinking? But so I think that a lot of moms would ask, how do you balance getting your income-producing activities done and homeschooling your children and living your life?
Okay, well, I'll put it this way. By being able to homeschool, for one, that gives me control of my schedule in a way that many parents can't say that they have. Because most parents, whatever they need to do, they have to do it based off of what the school tells them they can do, right? So if the school tells them that your child is not available to do anything until 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that means that you cannot schedule to do anything else or live any part of your life until after 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So one, by homeschooling, I now control that portion of my schedule. Now I also, since I can utilize Empower and work from home, I can control that part of my schedule. Instead of folks that say, well, I can't do this because my boss said I have to be at work from this time to this time. I can't do anything until after my boss says that I can do it. I can't take a vacation now because my boss said it's not a good time for me to take a vacation. I have to wait until he says that I can take that vacation. So because of the fact that I eliminated 2 bosses out of controlling my schedule, it gave me a good entrance to being able to manipulate it myself. So with that in mind, I control all 24 of my hours. And of those 24 hours, I kind of just allocate a certain amount of hours to our homeschooling routine, a certain amount of hours to my income producing activities, and then all the other hours can be whatever I feel like doing. And luckily, since I'm in control of all 24 of them, I can kind of shuffle them like a deck of cards whenever I feel like it.
Yep, that is so cool. Yeah.
That's phenomenal, because I think a lot of mothers are afraid of doing that kind of schedule, where you have, brought it to a level that it's like, well, it's easy. It's easier to do it your way than it is to throw the kids into school and to go to the job and to run back home and pick up the kids and take them to soccer. And now you're doing it all through the day. You control it, and that's really...
That's correct. And I've been there and I've done that. I had the time where when I first had my daughter and I was working long hours, and they said, you have to be here by this time. And if I was 2 minutes late, they were like, why weren't you here 2 minutes ago? Well, my daughter was in a stinky mood this morning and it took us longer to get ready. And so now the school's mad because you're late, and the boss is mad because you're late, and everybody's mad. And I'm like, well, damn, what's going on? And then I'm at that job until late in the night, because if you're working any type of sales, you're generating a commission. You want to work as much as you can so that you can get as much money. And at the end of the night, by the time I got home, my daughter was ready for bed so that we can hurry up to get to sleep, so that we can hurry up to start that crazy schedule the next morning. All we were doing was it was like a recycle period. Like, okay, hurry up so you can get to bed, so we can hurry up and get to school, so we can hurry up and get home to cook dinner, so we can hurry up. It was like the land of hurry up. I'm like, that can't be life. And so many people live that way day after day that it's almost robotic, that you don't even realize that life is passing you by. I looked at my daughter the other day and she's 13. Like, how did that happen? Like, right through, because we were so busy so many years trying to hurry up, that guess what? It really did hurry up, and now she's 13 years old.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And then they turn 25, and then you go, huh? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow.
Exactly.
So,
So I figured the faster that I could get control of my time is the faster that I could dictate how I wanted to spend it versus how everyone else determined that I needed to spend it. So I empowered myself. So I guess it's fitting.
There you go. Yes. You're an empowered woman. Woohoo! That's awesome. So that is a huge achievement. So that kind of leads me into what has been your greatest achievement in your business that you would say to date?
My greatest achievement in my business to date. Wow. You know what? I honestly think that the greatest achievement that I've had in my business so far was an email. It was actually a blog post that was written by one of my teammates. And one day I was feeling not so, energized and not so in the mood for what it was that I needed to do that day. And I came across that blog post, and he spoke about how much his life had changed based on our relationship in the business, the training that he had received, the coaching that he had received from me, and how his total outlook on his business itself had shifted. Now, most of his success didn't come out of Empower Network. He actually took the skills that he learned in Empower and applied it into businesses that he had been trying for so long to try to get working, and he could never get it working the way he thought that it needed to work until he was able to immerse himself in the training that we had provided. And it totally changed the outlook and the performance of his business that he had been working on so long. So honestly, I think that is really, like, so far, my biggest achievement was to see that in someone else, to see that I was able to really help somebody else. You know, like, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you know, my greatest achievement was when I made $10,000 that one day. And that is exciting, obviously. Whew.
Take your breath away for a minute.
But, like, the changes that you actually get to see in people's life when they're able to get hold of information that's been withheld from them for so long, when you actually get to see them take that information and apply it into their life, or get transformations within themselves that they didn't have before they started the business, like, I think that has to be, like, the best achievement ever.
That's awesome, because you're truly helping people, and that's what Empower Network is all about, is helping people. It's not about the money, and I have come to grips with that probably within the last 6 months. It's not about the money.
Yeah, it's like you think about it at first, it's like, okay, it's for the money, but then it's like, when you really see the development, it's like a self-development program with a compensation plan.
There you go. Yeah. That's a great way of putting it.
I'm writing that one down, Renee.
Yeah. You really get to, like, you know, make yourself so much better in so many ways than one. Like, the inside, your mind, how you look at things, how you take on life. You guys are frozen, so am I frozen too?
No, we hear you.
No.
We hear you.
We're just not moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. Everyone is online. Like, everyone is online. Like,
yeah, it must be. It must be pulling.
Yeah.
there has to be like at least 3 or 4 other laptops online, and
Oh.
everything's online.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the development and the self-development that we have, you know, all through and through our minds, the way we look at things, and then also you get to also develop your wallet.
Yeah, there you go.
Time. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Like, why not? But luckily I get 100% commission anyway, so it's almost like I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? That's so awesome. Wow. Very, very good. So what are your goals for the next 90 days? I mean, where do you see yourself 90 days from now?
Okay, 90 days from now, we are in March right now, right? Because my goals are a little bit staggered. So here we are, if we're going into March right now, that's March, April, May. So by June 1st,
Yeah.
Okay, so from now through the month of June, I am actually have what I had written down yesterday, actually, when I was revamping all of my intentions, was the fact that I would like to actually double the size of my team. So within this, and it should actually be way more than that. My mentor heard me, she kind of slapped me like, but I'm putting together a very core section of people to actually help them take the knowledge that they have or skills that they have and actually turn it into profit-driven businesses within the next 90 days. So that's what I'm looking to do. Have at least 10 people that are able to hit 10 grand per month within the next 90 days, utilizing a lot of the strategies that we're putting in place to kind of kickstart folks, because so many people start things and the problem is that it just takes too long to get it going. And I think it's that folks don't understand the power of setting a clear intention, and then along with that clear intention, having a clear strategy with which to achieve what they're intending to achieve. So that is my goal within the next 90 days. So I
That's
would
awesome.
visit you guys back sometime in June, and we can see how far that I've gotten.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. We'll have to do that. I'll make a note. Bring her
Yeah.
back in June.
yeah, and Becky's gonna
Yeah.
like set it on a calendar and absolutely remember. See,
I
that's
will.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to get our act together with this too. And, you know, we were like, oh, well, did you talk to her? No, I didn't talk to her. Did you talk to her? No, I didn't talk to her. So it's like, yeah, we need to be a little more on top of things to make sure. You know, it's
This
like,
is a brand new venture, guys. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're learning as we go.
well, you know, you try to get into this thing, you know, which I think too many people think, oh, I'm not supposed to call anybody. Well, you know, I'm not exactly sure if that's totally 100%.
well, with all of this technology, honestly, you don't have to call. You can use a
Don't
Facebook,
have to call. But, you know,
a text message. You can use all kinds of other communication and still get the job done. You know.
Absolutely.
true.
And then they go and they like your posts that you make. See, it's just very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. So this brings us to why, and I think you covered this so far. I mean, people, if you're watching this, Renee has dropped some really, really golden nuggets here. You just need to pay attention. But so you kind of touched on this a little bit, but just expound on this a little bit more. Why are you doing this business?
Well, the reason I'm doing this business, and I have such a huge why for me, you know, because I love my kids. They're cool and all, but, you know, eventually they're going to grow up and go do their own stuff. But my really big why, because, you know, it's nice to buy kids stuff, and that's all fun, but half the time they don't even remember it later on. So my real why is being able to provide some different experiences for my kids. I want them to be able to do things like, instead of just reading about the pyramids in a textbook, being able to get up and go there, right? And being able to have experiences, because those are things that you don't forget, that don't get too small, they don't break, they don't go out of style, because they're memories that you have forever. So like, I really want to be able to provide those type of experiences and memories for my kids. And I would also like to be able to retire my mom so that she can just relax. Like, she can just do whatever she wants instead of having someone dictate to her. You can sleep during these times. You have to be awake during these times. You need to be here during these times. It's like jail, but outside. So I want something different from my mother. I think she really deserves to be able to enjoy life before the time when it's not really enjoyable anymore.
Yeah.
People say things like, you know, you have to work, and oh, my retirement age is 65. Like, who said so? Why? Why is it 65? Because you won't be able to do anything else by then? Like, okay, you get to 65 and it's like, okay, I can do things, but why couldn't I do them when I was younger? And it could be so much more fun. Like, I see people getting into this business now at 18 and 19 and 20 years old, and I'm like, you are so smart. You have such such an amazing potential right in your hands.
Yeah.
That, like, at 25, you can just be loving life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can just be loving life instead of in this struggle that we've been given. Like, go to college for these amount of years, you have to like eat ramen noodle soup and pancake mix. That's what I eat.
Pancake mix,
So,
yum.
that's what you can do for these 4 years. And then when you get out, now you need to start at the bottom of this ladder that goes to this invisible place no one ever gets to. And it's like, okay, now you have to start at the bottom and work your way up. And you still need to keep eating that ramen noodle soup, because now you need to pay us back for those last 4 years. Remember when you were broke? Well, you've gotten accustomed to being broke. So now you can be broke again until you can pay us back for that time that you were broke already. So it's like, at what point do we get to like love and enjoy this wonderful life?
Yeah.
I would like her to experience that. That's my why. It was a really long one, but
Oh, that's awesome, though. You know,
That's perfect.
exactly. I think you have to have something that is very strong that's going to drive you, because if you don't, then you kind of just sit back and you treat your business as a hobby.
Oh yes, and it will pay you like one too.
Yeah, exactly. Or not at all.
Yeah.
Correct. It'll cost you like most hobbies do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Hobbies
that's
that cost you money, and that's what'll happen if you treat your business like one.
right, right. So you have to have something that is very strong, that is very in your soul, so to speak, that you want. So I wanted to ask you another question. What is one marketing strategy that you are using and utilizing? You don't have to tell us like specifics maybe, but I'm just thinking of throwing out a few nuggets here for people to pick up. What is one way that you have used to build your business that has really worked for you?
Video. Video works really, really well for me.
Hmm.
And it works well for most businesses when you actually look further into it. That's why so many people run commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the advertising dollars for most companies go through TV because it's commercials and it's video. People like to watch things. And so for me, that's what's definitely been most effective. And, you know, you can do a lot of things with video, but then when you take some of the strategies like what they teach us in the 15K and you just take it and you apply it to video, you'd be amazed with the type of results that you can get. So definitely, I would say video.
Very cool. So that is 15K product in the Empower Network. If you don't have it, go get it.
Oh, yeah.
Get back with the person who invited you here. Go get it.
Yeah, because a lot of people will say, well, how do you do it? Well, how do you do it? You know, like I bought that blog. I just don't understand, well, how do you do it? Well, okay, you bought the blog, and that's fantastic. It will help you as far as, you know, getting ranked and being able to use a highly optimized domain to be able to make sure that you can beat out anybody else. However, it's a product, it's a blog. You didn't ask for the marketing training. And those are the things that we have as additional options for you to get. And to me, I think that if you have a business, unless you have someone else that is smart enough or experienced enough or well versed enough to handle the actual marketing of your business, it's really, really important for you to know and understand marketing. Like, regardless of what kind of business you have to learn how to do marketing.
Right.
Like, if you can't market, that's why if you take a look at any business, the sales department, those are the people that make the most money all the time because they are generating the revenue. If you have a business and it's not selling something, then you don't have a business.
Exactly.
You have to generate revenue, and to generate revenue, you have to market.
Yeah.
Well, that's like, you know, with me, I've never really been in sales. I've been in a family that's been in sales. They used to sell cars. And I've been in the healthcare field all my career. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I hate to sell. I would never sell. But, you know, really, we're selling all the time. I mean, if I don't sell myself to that patient, then that patient's not going to have confidence in me that I know what I'm doing. So, I mean, and if that happens, then, you know, I don't make any more money. I don't get a raise if I was working for somebody else. And you know, like it just dovetails into everything. So when people say, oh, I hate sales or I don't know how to sell, it's like you're selling all the time. You sell yourself to your spouse or your loved ones or your kids or your neighbors. You know, you constantly have to be out there selling and marketing yourself.
All the time.
Unless you want to be, you know, like a hermit in a cave somewhere and stuff.
And I was one of those that used to say that I'm not a salesperson, you know, and I would say that all the time. But in reality, I am, because you're exactly right, Joyce. We're selling to our kids the fact that they need to pick up their toys off the floor because. You know, whatever the reason may be, you know, so we're
because I'm the mommy. That's the answer.
Yeah. You want a trip? What's that, Renee?
And that's my favorite answer. I'm
the mommy, and you're not the mommy.
So that's very cool. So So I think that this has been really enjoyable, Renee. I've enjoyed talking to you about this. So I have, just one more question for you. If what one thing would you want people to take away from tonight, knowing, just listening to what you've had to say? You're a mom of 2 children, you homeschool, you're building a business, you have a life. You're headed to Atlanta tomorrow for the mastermind in Atlanta. Oh, yay! I wish I was going. Yeah. I'm going to be a fly on the wall. But what is one thing that you want people to really take away from this evening?
That whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can do it. Whatever it is that you accept for yourself, that is what it is. If you accept that the only option that you have is to work a job that you hate and deal with schools that you hate and be miserable all the time because that's how life is, well, then that's how life is. But if you believe that you can control all the 24 hours of your day, you can handle the schooling for your kids, you can handle generating the income for yourself and being your own boss of you, then that's what it is also. So whatever you say it is, that's what it is. And I got to control my life for $25.
How cool.
That's a good marketing slogan.
Love that. Sells.
Yeah. That's right.
That is
That's
fantastic.
perfect.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Well, we have thoroughly enjoyed having Renee Fouche on with us this evening and getting to pick her brain and enjoyed having Caleb there in the background.
Uh-huh.
He was trying to make as much noise as he possibly can
Of
without
course.
getting yelled at because he knows that I'm on camera and I'm not going to yell.
Uh-huh.
I think that the important thing to remember here, though, is that we are real people. We are just like you. We're not anything outstanding. Well, I don't know. Maybe we are. I think we're empowered women.
I'm pretty outstanding.
Yes, Renee is very outstanding.
There you go.
Joyce is an outstanding lady too.
Oh, yeah.
Both of you guys, and both of you guys are pretty outstanding. So
Oh,
There we
sure.
go. So we are pretty
just
special.
like them. I think that all the outstanding and extraordinary people that are watching us, we are just like them.
There you go.
People that are probably gonna get some more information and click whatever button is below us. I imagine those are gonna be the ones. So
There you
if
go.
you're like
There you go.
us, I think you should get started. But I don't know that we're like everyone.
Right.
There's a lot of people that are sitting there and thinking, I don't know. I don't think it's and I'm sorry, I am not like them.
Yeah.
My dad always says I'm just a little to the outside of normal.
I'm a lot to the outside. I do not want to be normal at all. Have you looked around and seen what normal looks like, Becky?
I don't like normal.
Yeah. It's boring.
I don't like normal.
Boring.
Oh my goodness. Well, this has been fun.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on. Joyce, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's it for tonight. That was, it's great finding out more about you. And I'm sure that we'll be seeing you in Chicago.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, excellent. I'm from Chicago, so I will be glad to help you with any arrangements. Just give me a holler.
Oh, wonderful. So we're going to come to your city.
Yep. For once. I mean, who ever comes to Chicago? Well, they're coming. That was surprising to me.
His hometown.
Yeah.
Decision, but hey, we're on our way.
There you go.
I'll tell you what kind of clothes to bring.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. You don't need to know that.
Mind.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I look forward to learning about all the other empowered women that are going to be showing up on these interviews that are happening every week. This is going to be really, really exciting. So I hope everyone else stays tuned. And this was good enough to pique your interest and make you come back and watch over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. All right. And with that, we are out of here, and we will see you next week. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
The link.
Click
the link. Yeah, we'll have some link somewhere for somebody to click.
And we're out.